Ah, hello. Come on in. Sit on down. Stay a while. You caught me in the middle of a delicious smoke from Boswell Pipes. This is their berry crumble. Actually, berry crumble. I think that would fit in well with the fall series. It's really good, nice and sweet. I've only tried 2 Boswell blends so far, the berry crumble and the honey roast. I've been happy with both of them. But today we are going to talk about visions of Celephaïs. Carinus himself might have smoked this to enter his dream world, the dream world that is Celephaïs. Hopefully we get a better outcome. Yet some more fantastic Lovecraftian horror themes going on here. Pretty cool artwork. So on the tin, we have a wisp of incense from the monastery at Lang, exotic spice from the city of Uthar, wine fermented by the ageless Carinus himself. Only in timeless Celephaïs could these exotic ingredients be procured. A ritual performed over a bed of red and bright Virginias, with hints of dark fired leaf and Kasturi. Kasturi, which is a tobacco grown in eastern part of Java, and is primarily used in clove cigarettes. So I found that quite interesting. So it comes out of East Java, Indonesia, and primarily used in clove cigarettes. Has a nice spice to it, fruity notes, pretty interesting. So that results in an otherworldly aroma that beckons all dreamers back to Celephaïs. Yes, well, something that's really cool about this is they actually do use a wine topping in here. And when you open this up, you will definitely get hit right in the nose with a fantastic, fruity, very much wine-like note. To the untrained nose, or someone who isn't going to dive deep into the tobacco, you might open this tin up and just think, well, it's grape juice. Well, it is wine. But this is very much reminiscent to a tawny port. If you are a fan of ports, I think you'll enjoy this. I myself am a big fan of ports. I do love a good port. Oh, it's so fruity and rich and sweet and warm and inviting. I love the tin note on this tobacco. I have never smoked or smelled anything else like it. And from it, again, we have the red and bright Virginias, we have the dark fired leaf, so we're dealing with some burley here, and the Kasturi. It's a pretty cool blend. Pretty interesting. And I had no idea that Kasturi was used in clove cigarettes. Never smoked it myself, but again, pretty cool stuff. Let's go ahead and fill up a bowl. And I've already had this a few times myself. It is just a fantastic smoke. Now, as I mentioned, if you stuck around in my last video, as I mentioned before, if you're not a fan of wine, I would say more on the side of a sweeter red wine, then yeah, you know what? You might not be a fan. If you don't like grape jelly ranchers, you might not be a fan. If you don't like grape juice, you might not be a fan. I can understand why someone would draw those conclusions or those comparisons. It is a bit more refined than that, but yeah, you know, those are fair assessments too. It's all grapes, grape related. But when I opened this one out of all the other tins in this old ones collection from Cornell Diehl, and this one is the 6th entry in that collection, it's just right off the bat, that aroma, it hit me. And it was like, okay, this is going to be a different smoke. And one that every time I smoke it, it's so distinct, it's so unique, and it's really delicious. So happy to smoke a bowl with you guys today. Now, I'm not sure what the nicotine content or profile is, rather, of a Kasturi leaf. You know, we can derive what might come from the Virginias and Burley or the Kentucky fired. But I will say, it's quite an enjoyable smoke on all accounts. You can see I'm smoking it out of this crown pipe. This is the only pipe, well, of two pipes that I have that I smoke Englishes out of. My other one is a cob. And honestly, I smoke anything out of that. But I only smoke Englishes out of this. Doesn't mean that I haven't from time to time put something else in here. Non-aromatic or two. This one, I know, like, technically we wouldn't consider it an English, but I'd still kind of put it in that vein. Again, it's not, but anything that falls outside the scope of just Virginias and Burleys and Black Cavendish, I kind of just lump those into that whole other segment. It's just me personally. Again, it's, if we're going to be accurate, is this technically in English? No. But it has a good taste and a very nice aroma, which for me is perfect. You know, that's why when I do my ratings for my cherries and my reviews encompass not just the volume of smoke, but also the taste I get and the aroma. Well, frankly, I don't care if it's a Oriental forward blend, an aromatic, an English, a Balkan. I want the best of both worlds. Now this bowl on this pipe, it's not extremely deep, but I find that I get a good hour and a half smoke out of this. Let me show you the tobacco, just so you can see for yourself. Look at that. It's a nice, pretty blend in there. Gosh. Now again, as I mentioned with all the other ones, retrohaling, not the best. It's not the worst offender of the old one series, but it can be a little bit spicy, which again, the Kasturi lends to that quite heavily. It's so nice. You really do get a port-like or just grape-like flavor and aroma to this. If you're sitting with someone while smoking this and they're a fan of wine in general, it's a quite enjoyable experience. And what a story to tell, the visions of Celephaïs. To think that Kieranus, the main character in the story, essentially wanted to escape the dull, boring life and enter into the dream world that he was a part of as a child, you know, to dive into his imagination, of course at the cost of his own life. That's a bit of a spooky tale. Now it is, you know, H.P. Lovecraft, so it's not going to have a great ending or a happy ending. But I think you might just get a happy ending from smoking this blend. As I said, if you like grapes or grape jelly or wine, port, kind of that whole spectrum. It's a great choice. A wonderful and unique smoke. Well, I have a few more fun ones coming. I know I have plenty of Peterson blends that I want to review with you guys. But look, we've got Halloween coming up this Friday. It's right around the corner. I'm hoping I can get through these wonderful smokes with you guys. And don't get me wrong, well, this is a very unique and enjoyable blend, at least in my opinion. There's a couple other pretty good blends in the Old One series. And we'll be checking them out. And then I'm going to have something pretty special for you guys on Halloween, so stay tuned. And if you haven't checked out the other collection of videos that I have for my fall and spooky smoke series, please check those out. In the meantime, enjoy a bowl. Until next time. I think I could pair this with a nice port, actually. Or a delicious honey wine, you know, a nice mead. If only I knew somebody that had a meadery, made mead. Huh. Yeah.